City Hall, 618 Commerce Avenue, Commerce, Oklahoma. Filed in the office of City Hall and posted in the lobby of City Hall and the post office at 4 p.m. November 13th, 2023. The following items are on the agenda. Number 1, Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item number 2, roll call.
Jake?
Here.
Sandy? Here. Gary?
Here.
Andrew?
Here.
Keith? Do I
Here.
call you?
Here. Agenda item number 3, approve, disapprove the October 10th, 2023 meeting minutes.
I make a motion, but there needs to be an amendment to the meeting minutes. The vote is not correct on there. We need to make sure we count the vote for Andrew being late, or not here last month. There should be a one no vote on
One
there.
not present?
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, just,
I will.
yeah, just an amendment for that meeting minute.
Okay.
Did I make the motion with that amendment?
We have a motion with an amendment.
I'll second.
We have a second. Please pull the council for the authority.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Abstain.
Agenda item number 4, approve, disapprove purchase orders. I don't think there was any purchase orders. Am I correct?
Correct.
Moving on to agenda item number 5, vote to enter into executive session accordance with OS Title 25, Section 307, Paragraph B, subsection 3.
Make a motion, we enter into executive session.
We have a motion.
A second.
We have a second. Please pull the authority.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
We will now enter into executive session. Do we want to ask people to leave, or we can go upstairs here?
Yeah, in your office.
In my office, or the council chamber. We'll be right back.
What's this all about? We're entering into an executive session. I don't know what this is all about.
Well, they don't matter.
It actually makes sense.
What was that?
I just started coming to
It's narrow right
To the
there.
meetings.
It wouldn't make sense to put two stop signs right there.
I drove through there a few times, yeah, I didn't.
I've been moved away and then I moved back.
That would really.
Welcome back.
that
Yeah.
right there.
Of course, I've been back
I went up and looked at it. It
08,
makes a lot of sense
but I
to
didn't
put two
live
right
here.
there. If they're right, I watch them in the morning, they kind of pull them with them buses.
But I moved on.
It's hard.
I'm back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Welcome back. But I
I've had
graduated.
some parents ask her.
Congratulations. Yeah. I dropped out, but I nominated you. Yeah, we're good. That's a good deal. So what do you do? What do you do? Oh, did I not?
Well, I agree with my ministry. I think it's a good addition over there.
That makes sense too.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Oh, for the mom and dad.
Yeah, but.
I'm trying to keep busy. I hear you. I hear you.
I think I'm worried about turning those buses.
Yeah, I don't know what this is about. This is all new to me, isn't it?
I read a little bit about Robert's Rules of Order.
Yeah.
Tried to study it. They got books at the library. It's outdated. It's so helpful.
You know, I'm just kind of, they told me if I was just here, it would be nice. So I'll learn what's going on.
Yeah. It's like a class. Continuing education.
And this time change, I don't know how long I'll stay awake.
Oh,
My I have a lot, I'll fall asleep in my recliner and wake up and go to bed. I don't like this time. Of course, I got up at 3 this morning. I don't like the time change. I wish they'd leave it alone. Oh, I'd like to see them just leave it alone. Of course, you know, I can kind of see like early in the morning, the buses for the kids. Some of these kids don't get off the bus till 6 o'clock. It's dark then. I know we picked some up on Wednesday night for I run the band for our church. Well, 6 o'clock before they get off the Miami bus.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's dark.
6 o'clock. School gets out at 3?
At 6 o'clock.
We've actually seen it here, she can tell you. They leave no more
When they get off that bus.
What? In Commerce?
It's in Miami.
Miami.
You turn and go south from the graveyard out east of town, Glen Abbey, where Glen Abbey Cemetery is.
No, I'm not
East
from
of-
here.
Like you going to Shawnee Grocery,
Yeah.
the cemetery on there on the left. Out of Miami.
Oh, I think so. On the 10 highway.
Go south. Just right there. So you can go back down Lake Shores, I think's the name of it, something like that.
A lot of rural routes,
Yeah,
perhaps.
it's a real round. It's 6 o'clock before the kids get up. That's pretty late.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah.
So either then it's dark or in the morning. Of course, you know, if you think the morning, with the traffic going to work, they get more daylight. You see, it gets light about 6:30, 15 or 7. So it wasn't getting light till about 15 late.
So it sounds like some of the children are on the bus for almost 2 hours or more.
Yes, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that
3:30.
is. I remember riding the bus.
That's 2.5 hours. 6 o'clock. That's what I got on.
That seems a bit excessive.
That does me. I don't know. I don't know why the bus routes the buses cut back or what. I don't know.
Yeah, there might not be enough buses.
I'm using
Rural
rural bus
routes.
for my kids. And I don't know what time they get on. But man, alive,
The bus driver's
that's a
got to
long day.
be strong heart.
Yeah. That's a long day for the kids. But I don't know. I fish a lot. I just leave it alone. Now I gotta get up an hour early. To get where I want to go.
Where do you fish?
Got Creek area.
Oh, I took my family there to see an air show. It was in the airport. That was nice. I hope we can go next year.
Where's this at? Where about?
Duck Creek?
I mean, we're about to Duck Creek.
Oh, well, we're not yacht club or nothing, so we were directed to go up onto the hill, kind of basically the public area. We could just sit up there and put our chairs in the road. But I didn't know if we'd have anywhere to park or if we'd be allowed to participate or not, because we're not like members of any of those yacht clubs. But there was a place for us. Just went with Faith. And,
Air shows like that.
oh, Duck Creek got the biggest fireworks show in like the whole
I
state.
don't know that. I don't know.
It was an air show and a fireworks show for the 4th of July.
I stay home on all that.
Hmm.
And days are all gone for me. You're still young.
Well, it was for the children and my wife mostly. Yeah.
I'm a great grandpa.
Oh,
So I stay at home.
hallelujah.
I got three greats.
Wow.
So I just stay at home. You guys can take care of all that now. I've had my run of that.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Of course, they try to keep me active with these days.
No kidding. No kidding. Oh.
I enjoy them.
Yeah. Yeah. One at a time.
Well, I usually get around one of them one at a time. The other two, they're together. They won't take off to go to Branson.
Oh, that should be fun for the kids. Oh,
What's that? Esther? Wherever that is.
oh,
And go to Silver Dollar City and watch the lights.
is it a play about Queen Esther?
Yeah, and I don't remember what's that, but they have live animals and everything. Yeah, it's quite a deal. I went to one of them. I didn't remember what it was about. But they have the live
Shepherd of the
animals.
Hills? Is that?
No, it's in a different place in Branson. I can't even remember the name of it. My kids set all this up.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
I just go.
Wow. Good job.
It's live. Around here might know where it's at.
I could probably try to look it up.
Esther.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different performance.
I read about Esther and Mordecai.
Yep. So you read that, huh?
Oh, and with my children
You
too.
believe in Jesus Christ?
Absolutely.
Praise the Lord, Lord,
Hallelujah.
that's good.
God is good.
And you're reading it to the children too. The
Well,
children's one. That's awesome.
I was until well, I'm going through a difficult tribulation right now.
Oh, yeah. Like a divorce?
Well, my wife left with the children, so I had to. I was told I better do something. So I filed for separation and custody. I would never divorce her.
Yeah. Well, in Corinthians, chapter 7, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, you need to read it. Don't forget that. Just read it. Corinthians, 1 Corinthians.
Yeah.
You may have to read it over and over and over. I have a new, of course, I have a King James version and I have another translation. But I got this translation called the Passion Translation. You don't have the full Bible. It has the New Testament with Psalms and Proverbs. It just, when you read it, it just opens it up. Instead of like over in Hebrews, it talks about without faith you can't please God without faith. 11:6. If you'll diligently seek Him, He will reward you. Well, this says if you passionately seek Him, same thing. Really passionately and diligently, it's the same thing. Just to give you an example, it just opens it where you can understand it. And but they have like Genesis, and Isaiah, separate books. But where I got mine was out there at Susie's. You know where Susie's shop is? Out by the Chrysler place and the Ford place, out east of town. Like you're going towards Shawnee Grocery. The Susie's resale shop. But you can pull it up. It's a Passion Translation. If you was interested, but you read First Corinthians.
Yeah, I try to.
You read. What it says, what we should do. It's not what man changes. Man has changed things over time. But if you read what the Scripture says to do, and there's nowhere I see in there. I mean, a divorce. You'll read a couple of the infidelity. Moses gave a person a right to divorce because of infidelity. And Christ talks about it. Because God don't like divorce.
No.
Okay. So,
But she's free to leave if she wants to. She's not
have
an
you been infidel?
No.
Okay. She would have a right as far as God's eyes. Now, what I read, I don't see any place for a divorced person is supposed to try to reunite back with their spouse. That's the way I read it. A single woman and a single person. And another man and a widow. Now, a widow has the right to reunite into the Lord, things go easy. It makes sense, right? When you're not in the Lord, then you got that strife. It's better off just stay single. But if you're lustful and desire, see, you're talking about a virgin, single, or a widow.
Where's Alex?
I
You read it,
understand.
at the end of it, you'll see what it says. And if over time that's changed, that's changed over time. Man has changed, just like Romans chapter 1. You read it?
I think so.
Man was man, woman was woman. So he'll turn you over to a reprobate mind. Means you just go do what you think you go. But God's there for these people if they'll repent and come out.
God saved me from my own abuse and more than once.
Just let you know, Vernon won't be here tonight.
I heard about that.
He got COVID, so.
I hope it gets better
got COVID?
soon.
Yeah, I heard there's things going around. I thought the lady had it. She got over it, but
Oh, I met you at the donkey ball.
Yeah, I'm the chief.
Hi, Chief.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'd come closer, but I'm kind of going through a sickness right now, too.
Oh,
did you
sorry.
get on the donkeys?
No. No.
I remember years ago we had that at the old gym there before they tore this down over here. We used to have them inside there. And you had to go down in it. You remember the old junior high?
Oh, yeah. I was here.
Or high school. But anyways, you had to go down in there to get them donkeys. I remember that.
They put little rubber shoes
Yeah,
on
rubber
them.
shoes on.
Or like nailed them on.
Yeah, you just keep reading your scripture and keep. Where you attend church at? Where you
Well, some pace setter now. I've been going to pace setter
heard of it. Where's it at?
on 137. And then, oh, yeah, they moved from here, from Miami out of town.
You're going south.
South.
The new church.
Yeah.
Well, I go in the other direction to the Baptist church.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you just stay in your word. What?
And then-
Have you tried to do any counseling with your pastor?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Tried to do
Not yet. I mean, we were going to home church groups that broke off from the Mennonite church, and
broke off from what?
the Mennonite church down in
So you Mennonite?
no, but I know I've attended there a few times.
Yeah.
I've been to many different churches
Yeah.
and learned about it.
I say they, my Amish Mennonites, I don't know, they're all kind of about the same, but the Bible, the scripture tells us, if you read about the Bible is your guide. Jesus Christ is the only way to eternity, is what the Bible teaches. He died for everybody. When we're all sinners, we all fall short. That's where repentance comes in. And as you read the Word and you walk closer with God, you see the faults that we pray to ask God to forgive and come out of them.
And come out of
So
them.
the Bible is the guide. The Old Testament is all about Christ coming. All about Christ.
I went to the First Apostolic Church last night and met Gary Horton.
No, I don't know him, but
He's in Miami. They have a Bible studies on Monday.
yeah. Well, it's good.
Yes, I think so.
Christ is the only way. If you got someone teach you something else, you better run. Jesus Christ is the only way. His blood that he shed for each and every one. Now, we used to sacrifice animals, the blood of animals. Then your high priest, that's when the veil was rent, when Christ was crucified. The veil was rent. That gives you and me access to God. We don't have to have a priest go sprinkle the blood on the altar.
I've been praying and fasting, I'll tell you what.
Good.
Yeah,
It's in the Word.
yeah.
And, and I hate this that you're going through this. Does your wife not like going to church and stuff like that? Or something?
She's not a Christian, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, you need to just keep praying. You need to really pray to God. You need to believe and bring her back.
It's going to be between her and God.
That's what it talks about, to try to read your mind.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
teaching.
All for it.
And see, that's where we're at. It's just like if you would remarry, have 2 or 3 more children. And you got 2 from her. She has a couple of children. It just makes everything a mess. You know what I'm saying? It makes everything a mess.
I don't see as I could possibly.
You know what I'm saying though, and that's what's happened over time. Man has done that, and it just then they're raised.
I guess
They
you
done it. They done it. They can do it.
you've read about the Church of England starting their own church, breaking off from the Catholic Church, and you know why they did that? The king,
Well, it seemed to me like that when
his wife couldn't give him a child,
oh
and he wanted the church to grant him a divorce. And he said, "No, that's not how this works."
yeah.
"Well, I need an heir," said the King of England.
Well, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
that's why it broke.
So they're like, "Well, we'll just start our own church."
Yeah,
Called the
yeah,
Church of
that's
England.
that's where you see this. You see this in America.
Isn't that
It's like a
interesting?
Baptist. You have Southern Baptist, you have Free Will Baptist. That someone says, "Well, I don't believe in that." See, the Baptist church I go to, the pastor cannot be divorced and remarried. He has to be. He can't be divorced.
Oh,
And
that's
to be a pastor.
like a deacon or a pastor.
Well, the deacon too. So the deacon sometimes, see, I've been divorced. I can't be. Me and my wife, my ex-wife, of course, I didn't live right now. Neither did she. Right now, we're just good friends. You know,
That's
next Thursday, I'm taking her to do a colonoscopy. She's had cancer and all this. But she goes with us on this trip. We have a big house. We all have our own bedroom.
Living peaceably.
My great grandkids, all of them will be there. But
Living peaceably, right?
that's where it's at, man. It's in the Word of God. That's where it's at. Paul, really, Paul, his teachings to the Gentiles. And Paul was a Jew. Now he went to the Jewish people. They just wouldn't, some of them would, some of them wouldn't. And see, Peter, James, John, and all them, they stayed in Jerusalem to the Jewish people. Paul went to the Gentiles. So you'll learn that in your Bible studies.
Yes, sir.
See, Paul's teaching really is where we should be trying, and through the letters that he wrote to Timothy and to the church, all the churches. And we should be going by how we should live. It's just like it says over in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. He says, in the latter days will be perilous times. Man go after their own lustful desires. And we're seeing that now. We're seeing things happening since 1948. Israel become a nation. We're seeing things happening today. We're seeing it. We're here. They had a big earthquake over Ireland. Did you see that big earthquake?
Iceland?
It was at Iceland, I guess it was. Iceland, yeah.
You said there's probably a warning for a volcanic activity.
Yeah. And you look, see what's going on over at Israel right now. Ezekiel 38:39. Read Ezekiel 38:39, the Ezekiel war. See, when the other nations start like what's happening around, they all hate Israel.
Oh.
When you people hate Israel, that's God's chosen. They're not done. God's not done with the Jewish people. And if the people teach you that the church has replaced the Jews, don't believe it. Because that's not true. The scripture will teach you that. The scripture will teach you that there will be a remnant that God will save and they will flee. The Bible teaches it. Revelation teaches it. But there will be a remnant. Right now they're blinded. When the Antichrist goes into the middle of the tribulation, I don't know if you know this, when he goes into the middle of the tribulation and desecrates that temple again, there'll be another temple. Okay? And when he says, I am God, you serve me, that's when the Jewish people's eyes will be open. And they'll say, we was wrong. We was wrong. They'll flee. And God will protect them. There'll be a remnant. Then that's when you go into at the end of the tribulation, you go into the 1,000-year reign.
I imagine we're gonna have some football player ones with the.
So you'll learn that in your studies too.
I wasn't there.
I go to a lot of prophecy. I listen to a lot of prophecy stuff.
See.
And you can pull it up on a lot of different prophecy teachers on your phone. Barry Stone's a good one. He's out of Tennessee. There's Billy Crone's a good one. Jan Markell's a good one. There's a lot of prophecy teachers. You'll learn a lot through that, what's going on. They use scripture too, They sure use the scripture. That's what I like. But I'm glad to see you serving the Lord, seeking. I hate it for you. How old are your children?
5 and 3.
They need your daddy. They need your daddy.
And Daddy needs them too.
Yeah.
They've been an inspiration for me. And more, I can't even put into words.
I hate it, brother. I really do. I hate it. You just gotta keep staying close to the Lord.
I'll try.
Fasting and praying, like you said. He got you.
You know,
Keep praying.
all things work together for good to those who love God, I know.
That's right.
Yeah. It's called joyful tribulation.
Yep. You're right.
Just getting me ready for, there's a lot more to come.
There's going to be more to come, that's for sure. We're just in the first phase now.
Oh boy.
Just the first phase.
Are they still in executive session? It's almost 6:30 already.
What the deal is on that?
Yeah. It's pretty funny. They can just walk off and talk in secret at a public meeting.
I don't know.
Yeah. It must be important.
Tammy ain't here. Some of the older people ain't here.
I've come to understand that we have been given a great opportunity to participate in our government in this country to an extent.
I don't understand what this is.
If we want to,
I've never seen this up and just, it seemed to me like they had settled whatever they're trying to talk about. And maybe they'll bring out what they're talking about. It's all new to me.
next, they're still on item 5, and this is Sports Authority. This is a meeting of the Sports Authority.
Yeah.
Next is the Development Authority, and then the City Council meeting.
Oh, this is what's on for tonight?
They said, yeah, first they're doing the Sports Authority Board, and then they said that there was a problem with the minutes. Jake made a motion to amend, and so the motion was approved. The amendment was to say that Andrew Doney, the attorney, was not present for the month. And maybe he was listed as being present when he wasn't.
This is going to be a long
I don't
meeting.
know.
Oh, that's what they're going to talk about.
That's probably might be what they're talking about right now. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just a reporter.
I hear you.
That's totally up to you wherever you want to hang.
Well, man, they got a lot going on.
They look like they want to buy 20 acres or maybe sell it. I don't know. Then they're going to ask for public input. Anyone has anything to say? They'll give them maybe 3 minutes or longer if they think it's important. And then they'll here at 10, they'll close that one. And then they'll start the Development Authority, roll call minutes, purchase orders, public comment, other, and then the big one is the City Council meeting, where you get the City Administrator's report, the Code Enforcement report, the Fire or Police Department report, Fire Department, EMS report, Parks Departments. There's a lot of departments,
All me.
Yes,
It's way past my bedtime.
especially.
It'll be way past my bedtime.
I thought it might be
Be a long
usually
day.
30 minutes to an hour. Hmm.
You ever done something like that before? No.
Hmm.
We go out there and we'll go first order, we'll take a minute.
Interesting.
How are you, Vic? You doing all right? Oh, I said, how are you?
Fine. Only I just can't hear.
I hear that. Yeah.
Can't hear, can't see,
Well,
can't walk.
everybody tells me
but
I
I'm
have
fine.
problems hearing. Yeah, my ex tells me I'm getting hard of hearing. I said, you just don't talk loud enough.
Is that her?
No, that's a lady, an old time Commerce girl.
Friend of yours?
Oh, yeah, grew up. She's quite a bit older than me. We grew up together here in Commerce.
Oh.
Yeah. Turner, Vicki Turner. She was married to Turner.
I know some Turners. Let's see. Richard Turner. No. My dad worked. Well, no, I think Grove.
There's a lot of Turners.
Mm.
There's Turners from Quapaw.
I wonder what Turner means.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
huh.
There's a bunch of Turners here.
Oh,
A lot of them built houses.
the
This is where
Turn.
we're at.
Turner.
Across the street, there's Turner's Filling Station. Years ago.
I went down to the Dairy King
Yeah,
and
yeah.
looked back, and there's a green building, like a Conoco, an old Conoco.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty color.
Yeah, it's an old station.
Yeah.
That's when the old highway was come through there.
Yeah.
See, this highway out here was all new.
Yeah.
There used to be I fished with a guy, he's 86 years old. They used to have the rocks there on the mine. See, when they knew that highway was coming in, he went out there and built that filling station. So the new highway could come in like this. And this town used to be big. 2 movie theaters. They used to be big. Big time. Hey, you're gonna get questions. But it come down, I think it come down here. Now, it may have went on north, because I'm not for sure, but I do know that the highway out here from Mullins Filling Station, I fished with Ralph. And his dad built that when they put the new highway in. See, that used to be the old 66. And I'm not for sure if it turned and come down here, or if it went on north. Jerry? Yeah. Well, could be. I'm not for sure. That could. But Commerce used to be big.
Wide out there,
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to go straight.
Yeah.
Right to Jimmy and Cody's.
Didn't it go through Carden? Did it go through Carden? There went through Carden. So that's where they tied that in. So it went clear north and then. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And then later on, they built the curve.
Yeah, come in on the new highway. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, which one does? I don't know if Don Howard would have any or not. They got a few over here. Philip Gearin may have. Oh, that's what it is.
I told him what, we wanted to.
Yeah. Well, if anybody had some, he would be the one. Yeah, Junior was. Yeah, he was one of the old timers. And what's your name? Osborne. Are you Bill Osborne? Not that old? Yeah, okay.
You were one of the firemen, right? Yeah, you offered my son a ride in the fire truck.
Yeah, you're on before I get older.
Thank you.
I like to do that all the time with kids.
Yeah.
But I can remember the parents, some of my kids used to do the dead food fire truck.
I don't know who would have Don. There used to have 2 theaters here. That's what I've been told. Now, I don't even remember. It seemed like there was, if I do, I was born 54. And I don't know when they done away with them. But Commerce used to be a booming town. I remember
Commerce is a lot more booming than I was a kid.
yeah, I remember when they had the drugstore, you go buy them little cups, you know. They was cone looking cup. You buy that and it'd be a holder in it and you get root beer in it.
Oh, yeah.
At the drugstore there.
Oh, yeah.
And they had oh man, that's quite a few Starcraft grocery. They had 2 or 3 grocery stores. Well, God, if you had more than that.
When I was a kid, they had the Safeway and stuff.
And they had a grocery store down here. Where we at? Yeah, down this corner. They had a grocery store there.
There's a pretty neat Mexican grocery store market down there.
Yeah.
You got some fresh vegetables and cactus. You know how to cook that? It'd be real good.
Yeah, that used to be a bar.
Oh yeah.
Probably the longest running bar
Yeah.
in Commerce history.
Yeah, it's right there, Hattie's.
They used to have, you probably know this, they used to have the Hattie drag races. They raced motorcycles up down the street.
No, I don't remember that. No,
They said it was in the 80s. I just remember.
well, 80s, I was gone, but I don't remember that.
My mom and dad used to go to some kind of drag races. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet, maybe.
Racetrack out north of town here too, just as you pass, turn the curve and start going up the hill to the south side of the road, there was a racetrack, like a circle track. If you get from satellite view, you can kind of still see it.
Oh, darn. I don't remember
what
that.
it was called. So it has a bunch of out here.
Garrett?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Delbert
I don't
program.
know if that was one of his racing games or what, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was big old dirt track.
Oh, darn. I know my dad and them used to run the dune buggies out there on the chat pile. Well, when would this be? 50s? 60s? That dirt track?
Yeah, I've been
Okay, so
50s
see,
and
I don't
early
know.
60s before it got.
I know my dad he loved the dirt track. And I don't think he ever did have. He had the body shop there, right out here. Let's see, do you remember where Philip Guerin lived? Okay, the old garage next to it. My dad had a body shop there for years and years, a pig's body shop, yeah. There used to be a liquor store right there. See, it's a little building still there. I don't think, is it still there? Yeah. Used to be a liquor store, yeah. And then, of course, old Eddings had the car lot across, which that's changed
I
now.
remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all changed. Old Larry Perry, Larry, he's passed, but I'll ask Beverly if she's got any old pictures or comments, because Larry he was a big city councilman, he was in Jimmy Mullins' bios and stuff too.
We could even release early enough to make copies of it.
Yeah. I don't know why they would hang on to it. Give them away,
My idea is like in this room with old photos.
I'll ask Ralph if he's
Memorabilia, anything we can get that was part-time.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
those stuff like the basement.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Yeah. I'll ask Ralph and give him.
6:35, 6:35, 6:37, 6:37. 6:39. She was saying you need to use your microphones because some people are hard of hearing. Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah, you got it.
Can you hear me? Agenda item number 5, vote to enter into executive session, number 6, return to regular session.
I make a motion, we return to regular session.
We have a motion and a second. Please pull the authority.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Agenda item number 7, discussion and consideration and possible vote on offers made on the 20 acres plus or minus located on Highway 69 between C3 Church and Carpet Mill Outlet. We have no vote, so we're going to skip that for now, or move on to agenda item number 8. Any public input or unscheduled clearances?
It's gonna be where? Where's the ground at?
It is between the C3 Church and Carpet Mill Outlet.
Between where?
C3 Church
Oh, okay. And
Carver.
south?
Carpet Mill.
Did you table that item, or
Was there an offer on it?
Well, there was no vote on it. We've already moved to agenda item number 8. There was no vote taken on agenda
No
item
vote.
number 7.
Yeah, but that's not the question. The question was, did we have an offer for it? Not that you voted for it, but did a business make an offer for it?
We discussed it in the closed session. We're gonna move on to agenda item number 8.
number 8 is your chance to get up and talk?
No. Agenda item number 8 is any public input or unscheduled appearances.
You want me to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Check, check. Well, was there an offer made on agenda item number 7?
Mr. Mayor, if I could interject.
Oh,
So for public address, or public agenda, or excuse me, public appearance items, it's been passed down from state legislation, as well as the Attorney General, that while public is more than welcome and more encouraged to come, that the council, or in this case, the authority, does not have to reply to anything that is asked of them or spoken to them.
That's true.
I know it's true,
Oh, yeah.
but you would be a good reporter if you didn't go ask.
Okay.
Any other public input or unscheduled appearances? Agenda item number 9, any matter not known about or which could not have been foreseen prior to the posting of this agenda.
I don't even know what any of this is about.
Hearing nothing. Agenda item number 10, vote to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a motion and a second. Please pull the authority.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Notice of meeting and agenda Commerce Development Authority Tuesday, November 14th, 2023, immediately following the Commerce Sports Authority meeting, council chambers at Commerce City Hall, Commerce Avenue, Commerce, Oklahoma. Filed in the office at City Hall and posted in the lobby at City Hall and at the City Commerce Post Office at 4 p.m. on November 13th, 2023. Following items are on the agenda. Number 1, roll call.
Jake?
Here.
Sandy? Here. Keith? Gary?
Here.
Andrew?
Here.
Agenda item number 2, disapprove October 10th, 2023 minutes.
I make a motion to approve the October 10th, 2023 meeting minutes with the amendment on the votes discussed on.
We have a motion to approve the amendment. And a second. Please pull the authority.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Agenda item number 3, disapprove purchase orders.
I make a motion to approve the purchase orders.
We have a motion
I will second.
and a second. Please pull the authority.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Agenda item number 5, any matter not known about which could not have been foreseen prior to the posting. Oh, and 4, any public input or unscheduled appearances. 5, we had or not known about or which could not have been foreseen prior to the posting of this agenda.
Gary said he's having a hard time hearing you.
That's all right,
Could you
go
just
ahead.
speak into your mic, please, Mr. Rush, Mayor Rush?
Turn it on.
You can't hear either? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Hello? There we go. Sorry about that. Agenda item number 6, vote to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Before you adjourn, I couldn't hear what was being said, so I probably missed my cue to say anything. But I wanted to bring up that alley behind the Head Start school.
We're in the, does that fall under development?
That'll fall under
The regular
city council,
council.
the next meeting.
It's
We're
the
not
next meeting.
in that meeting yet, so we'll be in.
Letters are dead on this as well.
Well, yeah, but we're still.
Isn't it working?
Vicki, I'll let you know.
Again, agenda item number 6, vote to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a motion and a second.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy?
They're talking about.
Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
You over here doing this.
Technical difficulties. Can you hear me now? Notice of meeting and agenda, Commerce Council, November 14th, 2023, immediately following the Commerce Development Authority meeting. Council chambers at Commerce City Hall, 618 Commerce Avenue, filed in the office of City Hall and posted in the lobby of City Hall in the Commerce Post Office at 4 p.m. on November 13th, 2023. The following items are on the agenda. Roll call.
Jake?
Here.
Sandy? Here. Keith? Do I call you?
No.
Why do I keep saying your name? Gary? Here. Andrew?
Agenda item number 2, approve, disapprove the October 10th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the October 10th, 2023 meeting minutes with the amendments on
I'll second.
We have a motion with an amendment and a second. Please pull the council.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Agenda item number 3, approve, disapprove purchase orders.
I make a motion, we approve the purchase orders.
We have a motion and a second. Please pull the council.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Agenda item number 4, discussion and consideration and possible vote to approve, disapprove, placing a stop sign on Commerce Avenue and Cherry Street.
Good evening. Mr. Moss, he's here tonight. He reached out to me about some safety concerns that he's been called from about parents, about kids crossing the road there, right there on Commerce Avenue, across Cherry Street, right there where the middle school is. He had requested to have a stop sign put in there, be running east and west. So I want to present that to you all tonight.
So there'll be 2 stop signs back to back right there.
Will be back to back to back. You'd have one at, well, depending on which way you're traveling, it'd be Maple, Cherry, and River, or River, Cherry, Maple, depending on which way you're traveling. I do know in the past, and it's been some years back, there was a kid, he got hit, clipped. I mean, it didn't hurt him necessarily, but I mean, everybody up here has kids, kids that have attended this school. You all know kids that age are not the brightest sometimes. Mine included. Hey, listen, mine's top of the list, I promise. I love them to death, but top of the list. So, I mean, from a public safety standpoint, with the volume of kids that we do have, traveling back and forth across that road on a daily basis, it'd be my recommendation to the council to go ahead and approve this, and we can get them installed just as soon as we can get them in.
If it's for the safety of our kids and we see a need there, I'm all for it. So I make a motion that we approve the item.
We have a motion and a second. Please pull the council.
Jake? Sandy? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Agenda item number 5, discussion and consideration and possible vote to approve, disapprove Empire District Electric Company / Utilities, Liberty Utilities work order number 1023424.
This is kind of like last month, we had a couple on the agenda. These are just new bulbs that they're putting in. Looks like totally annual energy change for this request. Looks like we're gonna save a few bucks on this one. Oh, no, sorry, monthly increase by $1.15 for this particular one. I'll go ahead and get this from council for inspection.
And that's replacing the old with nicer and newer lights as well, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Are they just doing certain ones, or are they eventually gonna have them all?
So they do them as they burn out. They'll come in and replace them is what they're doing. Because basically, from what I understood from the gentleman I spoke with at Liberty, they don't make those types of bulbs anymore. So everything's switching to the new, brighter, more energy efficient bulbs. And so that's what eventually, yes, that's what they'll all be that. Of course, by the time they get them all replaced, I'm sure there'll be something even better and newer in technology that'll happen, that they'll be replacing those with these.
I just know that corner down there where the ditch is at, it's been going down a long time.
Our house, yeah.
And it's dark.
Yeah. Well, it keeps all the riffraff away.
I don't think so.
I make a motion that we approve item number 5.
We have a motion and a second. Please pull the council.
Jake,
Yes.
Sandra,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
Agenda item number 6, discussion, consideration, and possible vote to approve, disapprove resolution authorizing OMAG to distribute escrow account funds in the amount of $19,088.
So this is something that happens more or less on an annual basis for us, and it's usually in this neighborhood of this amount. This is just an overpayment of funds to OMAG, and so there's a couple options that the council can take with these funds. They can say, hey, yep, go ahead and send them to us, and we'll take it, we'll put it in our general fund and disperse it how the council sees fit, or we can apply the escrow funds to our bill going forward into next year. So those are two options that you all have. I will present this to you all for your inspection.
But generally just take the money.
Yeah, historically speaking, the city has always just taken the money back and put it in the general fund and used it as needed in years past.
I make a motion that we take the money while it's there and dig it.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion to take the money and run, and a second. Please pull council.
Jake,
Yes.
Sandy,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Andrew.
Take it before they change their mind, right?
So we just approved a refund, not a redistribution. Okay.
So I'll more than likely be bringing a budget amendment to you all next month, to include these funds, into where we need to put them, into the line item that they need to be put. I'll have suggestions for you all, or I will gladly take suggestions as well. And ultimately, it's the council decision on where those funds are distributed to.
Agenda item number 7, discussion, consideration, and possible vote to approve, disapprove increase in employee Thanksgiving and Christmas spend.
So historically speaking, the city has always given full-time employees $25 gift cards for Thanksgiving for holiday turkeys, hams, etc. And then at Christmas, $100 gift cards for just kind of a bonus sort of thing. And so I was approached to bring to the council's attention, about possibly increasing the Thanksgiving and Christmas stipend. Again, I would leave that up to you all,
Laura,
or ask the money lady.
you're right, do we have funds for this?
And, but I do wanna say for Thanksgiving, it's part-time and full-time.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, that is correct.
Any other discussion on item number 7? We have no vote on that. Move on to item number 8. Discusses the consideration of possible vote to approve this approved budget amendment for fire department matching grant.
So this is the 20% from the grant that they received, that they have to come up with in order to pay it. What was that amount, Chief? $7,330. Not having solid numbers just yet, I did not prepare anything as far as which department or which line item to pull those from. But it's going to be my recommendation that part of the 19,000 and some odd that's coming back from MOMAG be distributed to cover that portion, or to cover that 20% portion of their grant.
That was, the city pays the $7,000 or whatever dollars, but you get, how much total?
The total grant is $36,650.
So we're gonna get $30,000 for $7,000?
What's an 80-20 split? Yes, sir.
So with getting more information, do we need to table this until we get more information, or?
So, well, again, based on the revenue that we received so far, off the various things that the city received revenue fund, there's nothing that's just shining big and bright right at this moment to be able to take from necessarily. On the expense side, we have some things, we have different departments and some line items that need to be addressed as far as expenditures go, because it's definitely tipping the scale in the wrong way, in my opinion, right now. Something that I don't think you can fix over time, because we're 4 months into the fiscal year right now, so we have plenty of time. There's just some issues and items that I wasn't comfortable with just yet. But given the fact that the city is going to be collecting back, 19,000 and some odd dollars, I think the 20%, that $7,600 that the chief just talked about, I'm comfortable with that portion, or that amount coming out of that amount that's coming back, because again, that 19,000 was nothing that's actually been figured into the budget just yet. And again, it's part of that budget amendment that I can bring to you all next month, along with the additional, whatever the remainder is, whatever that math's out to be.
So we wanna table this?
Table it till next month, then, okay?
Okay, we're gonna table agenda item number 8, and we're gonna move on to agenda item number 9, presentation by Mayor Rush pertaining to employee visits. I guess that's me. So, when I was running for mayor, I told everybody that I would just learn the city processes. I'm fairly new to all of it. And have a report back to everybody on it, especially the council and the citizens. This is by no means a finished report, and I'm going to continue to learn the processes and investigate. I'm still fairly new. Everybody's been nice to me and very helpful, and I don't feel like I know everything about everything that's going on. This is just an initial report, and I'm gonna continue to go through these processes and everything, and talking to the employees and reporting back to the citizens and of my recommendations and stuff like this. Type this up. I'm not gonna read all this. I'm gonna hit some highlights on it. So I'm just gonna start with the departments that we have. We have the city hall, deputy clerk, city clerk, accounts payable, utility clerk, and a court clerk. I've spent a lot of time with these folks, and I think they are fantastic. They really know what's going on. In my opinion, they run the city. They know what they're doing, and they do a very good job at it, and they're very proficient at it. And, you know, they had a few concerns. The major concern they had was, let's see, I gotta find it in here. They feel like they're left in the dark on scheduling and emergency repairs and big repairs that the street and water department's doing. They are, you know, the front line for communication. People call, you know, what's going on with this water line here, and they don't feel like they have answers for that and stuff like that, to be able to tell people what's going on with that. That was the biggest concern they had. I agree that there needs to be some kind of communication between the street department, water department, and these folks down here. I would like to give a special recognition to the deputy clerk. I feel that the financial situation that we're in right now is the best it's been in years. And she does things by the book, and if you're not doing things by the book, she will tell you you're not doing things by the book. So I think she's helped the city out a lot. I'm gonna move on to the water and street department. There's one supervisor, four full-time, and one part-time person. I have to put my glasses on this, there's a little more to this one. It was noted that they do not have a tools or parts inventory. They also do not keep any of the most common repair parts needed, resulting in longer repair times, nor do they have an equipment service log or regular maintenance routine. One of the guys would like to have a project board for tasks outside the regular day operations, which I think is a great idea. It was also noted that the guys feel there is no structure outside of the day-to-day operations. Most of the guys feel that they want the city administrator to be more involved with their day-to-day tasks. And then we'll talk to the police department, and this is what they all told me. Like I said, this is the initial report, stuff like that. The police department, there's one chief, one assistant chief, 3 full-time, 2 part-time, and 1 code enforcement officer. It was noted they would like to see some sort of project to help get house numbers on all houses in town, which I think is a big problem, even for the fire department, right, chief? I think that's a great idea. If we could come up with some kind of program or something to help get some numbers on all the houses that don't have numbers. It was also noted by the code enforcement, we'd like to see some kind of cleanup day put back in place to help the residents clean up their properties. The police officer's office also said they would like more involvement from the city administrator. It was mentioned they would like to have monthly meetings with him along with some quarterly budget meetings. And that's all the departments. And then I sat down with Mr. Hart, our city administrator, and I told him all these things. We sat down, I told him he's doing a great job. I think he does a great job with all of the administrative things and the governmental things. He does an awesome job. He's been around a long time. He's very proficient at it and knows pretty much what he's doing on all that. There is some other concerns that I would like to enter in a future executive session with the council. That's something I could do, talk about some other things. I'm not talking about today, maybe the next month meeting or a meeting in a couple months or something. Well, I'll put that on, I guess I can put that on the agenda item. Again, he does a fantastic job with all these things. And then here's a list of my recommendations for the concerns that I had. I mean, he wrote down all the concerns that we had with all the other departments had, and he said he was going to investigate them, things like that. But my recommendations are to put a procedure in place notifying the office staff at City Hall on scheduled emergency repairs and street repairs and water department. Any of the repairs that they're doing, the major repairs and stuff like that, I just wanna get some kind of communication between the people down here, that way they can communicate with everybody. Number two, ensure policies and procedures are being followed regarding the water shutoffs. That was something I missed on the first one. They feel like that some of the water shutoff procedures weren't being followed correctly, and I just think that we need to ensure that they are. Number three, create an inventory log of all city tools and equipment with monthly inventory taken. Number four, task the city street and water supervisor with creating a project board for things outside of the day-to-day tasks that they have. Number five, task the city administrator and street and water supervisor to work together on implementing a preventive maintenance program on all equipment and create logs to back them. I think that's a great idea that needs to be done, because we're potentially we are getting a new excavator, and we want to maintain that correctly. Number six, bring back cleanup days for the residents. That's something that we'll add to an agenda item. I have talked to the mayor of Miami, maybe working out some kind of deal with them where we can have a cleanup day on the same day that they have cleanup days. Again, that's going to have to be approved by the council. Number seven, I would like to see the city administrator be more involved with all departments. I think it's a great idea to have monthly meetings with everyone, along with quarterly budget meetings with the department supervisor. And number eight, administrator needs to check in on all departments daily. I will continue to monitor and report on any matters that should be brought to the attention of the city or Commerce residents. Anybody have any questions on any of that? That's just a quick, just like I said, fairly new to all of this, and these are really easy stuff that I think we can implement. A couple of them we're gonna have to put it as agenda items and stuff like that to get approved. But that's the end of my report.
Can we clap? Is that okay? All right, yeah, good job. Yeah.
Agenda item number 10, city administrator report.
All right, good evening once again. Let's see, sales tax, use tax. See for this for November, 46 on the sales tax side, 46,357.44 cents. This is comparable to last year at this time. Then down on so as far as the average goes, we're looking at about 11,000-ish more this year per month than we were last year at this time. On the use tax side, 12,844.56 cents. This is up about a little over 4,000 as compared to last year, and up quite a bit as compared to 2021. And again, as far as the averages go, if you'll see down at the bottom where those average out, it is about $4,000 more average per month on the use tax side. Any questions about those numbers? Again, I pulled those numbers straight from Oklahoma Tax Commission. Anybody can go out there and find these numbers. They're not my numbers. Tomorrow, we're working with the county on asphalting down in the fire department. They're supposed to get started with that tomorrow. Fingers crossed they can get it done in the next couple of days and be done with it. It's something we've been trying to get going for quite a while now. We're finally get some traction. They've done a lot of dirt work down there. They've done quite a bit of concrete work down there. Just kind of getting everything ready for the asphalt. So they're supposed to be starting that tomorrow. Also the bridge down here at Still Park, or the drainage under the road down here at Still Park. County's going to be over here tomorrow helping us out getting that installed. So again, hopefully we can get all that tied up, buttoned back up, and be able to be driving on it. We already talked about the money for the 80-20 split. Engineering, I've talked to Jeff separately with Own Engineering. He's been having, well, not him, but his wife has been having some health issues. So he's been out of the office here recently. He says everything is done as far as the engineering report is done. They're just going through and crunching numbers to make sure that all the numbers are correct. I was hoping to have something by tonight. In fact, I was in contact with him today. He's still going to be getting back with me, so as soon as I get that, I'm gonna be emailing it out to everybody, that way y'all can start going through that as well. I did go down to, well, I went over to county, or let me back up. So the resolution that y'all passed last month for for the change of government, according to state statute, it has to be filed at the county courthouse, or at the county clerk's office, as well as with the Secretary of State. I went and did both of those here in the last month, so it's all done, it's all stamped. Laura has it in the office for y'all's inspection if you would like. And that's, other than that, it's just been routine maintenance for the most part. Chasing water leaks here and there, fixing things as they break.
Any update on when the project is gonna start? The Northwest project, whatever we call it?
That's the engineering.
The engineering?
Yes, we gotta wait for the engineering to get back, for them to give us the totals, on cost, or cost estimates and stuff like that. But I will, yes, sir.
Have you heard anything from QS?
That's what I was about to say, yeah. So, yeah, that's the next thing I was gonna say. So QSA, you know, the project they were doing out there, what I call it Holland property, that they were out there doing, but it kind of died there for a little while. Well, now they're, back at it, and so they're going to be doing some more hauling, out there. They haven't really given me a solid schedule as to when they're going to be doing it just yet, but like before, they're going to be doing it, but they're not going to be doing it during, school drop-off, pickup times. They'll start around 9-ish, be done by 2:30-ish, and just be doing more hauling.
Now, after we had the road surveyed and all of those things, now is this a new starting?
This is going, yeah, that was a discussion, that is a discussion I did have with them to find out, hey, how's this going to work? So, what they've done previously, that money that was previously discussed, that the $50,000 that was previously discussed, that's already been put aside. Okay. However, instead of going right now and utilizing that money for them to drive over that road again,
Right.
And the county's gonna be hanging on to that money for now.
Okay.
The county's gonna hang on to it, and then we'll do another reassessment afterwards, and if additional funds are needed, then they'll be applied for that way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we didn't wanna, cause we thought, oh, hey, let's go ahead and do some repairs, and then wait a second, they're gonna be using this road again. And so it's like, well, that would be silly to do. So, yes. But they should be back at it anytime. Thank you. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Agenda item number 11, Code Enforcement Officer Report.
Mr. Mayor, if you wanna move on, you can probably come back here and move.
We'll move on to agenda item number 12, Police Department Report.
He just left you,
Yeah, well, hey, you can't blame a person for going on vacation.
Okay, it's actually been a pretty good month. We haven't really had much going on. We're adjusting to the new laws we've learned about, so traffic accidents and stuff like that are definitely down because we're still learning, which I've talked with the mayor extensively about and other people about. I'm not sure if everybody here is aware of the new laws, but it drastically changes how we do things, so it's gonna be different for a little while. So our numbers are gonna be down for a while until we get it all figured out. Really nothing major going on in town. We did have a donkey basketball game, didn't do phenomenal, because we had a lot of stuff going on that day we didn't know about, but we did pretty good. We're gonna try and do it again in the spring though. Everything else is moving along on track. I will say this, if you know anybody having problems in their personal life, we have already had one suicide this holiday season, so
If you have anybody that you know needs help, please reach out to us so we can get them some help. We don't want any more of those. Pretty much it, everything else going pretty good. You have any questions?
How big of an adjustment is the new laws?
Very, pretty significant.
Just so everyone is aware, can you kind of go over just quickly over what new laws you're talking about?
The new laws basically state, I'm make sure I get all this right, Andrew. Fines and stuff will now be dependent on their income status. So like speeding tickets, if they meet a certain income base, there will be no fines anymore.
And I'm just looking out in the crowd, I see some surprise or, what.
That doesn't just
And
apply
that
to
came
tickets
from,
either.
this isn't something that we.
No, we had absolutely
Okay.
nothing to do. This kind of
That's
sprung
what
on
I
us
want.
last minute by the State Department,
Yes.
and
Okay.
we found out about it just a few weeks before it went into effect. So we got with Andrew, we got with everybody we could trying to learn about it. It changes how we do court, changes how we do traffic stops, changes pretty much everything. So it's gonna take us a little bit of time to adjust to it.
Okay.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 13, fire department report.
October we had 62 calls, above average. Our Durango we purchased is finally out of the shop after it's been there since July 2nd. We finally got it back last week. So and then everything was covered under the factory warranty, so it didn't cost us anything. All the four-wheel drive is all brand new, so that's kind of a plus. On October 30th, I received a email from ISO. For those of you who don't know, it's the International Organization of Standardization. They basically, they grade your city, they grade your fire department, they grade your school district. And off of that grade determines the business and the property owner's insurance deductible and premiums within your fire district. Well, this was done, our last review was done back in 2011, and we became a class 5. The scale was from 1 to 10, 1 being the best, we were 5, we was middle of the road. Well, they contacted me on October 30th and said that they would be out the following Friday for a review again. So we made sure our stuff was in order. We met with her Friday. Different rep than what we had last time. She was real good to work with. Showed us some ways to get some additional points. We spent long hours making sure our equipment was where it needed to be, our trucks were where they needed to be, paperwork, everything. After meeting with her Friday, she says our trucks are great, our training's great, our run reports are great. It's just now that we have 30 days to give her more information, and some of that information is the water system. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be out flow testing fire hydrants. She wanted a detailed map of our hydrants. She told us to basically shotgun the district and big hydrants, and but she's also said that where the businesses are, she wants to see those hydrants. She wants to see the flow capabilities of those hydrants. We're going to do the same thing for a rural area as well as North Miami. Several different policies that we updated to try to get as many points as possible. Like I said, currently we're sitting at a class 5. We was about 6 points away from being a 4. After meeting with her and going over what we had, I definitely see us dropping to at least a 4, improving to a 4. If we can justify, we could kind of.
The lower the number, the better rating.
Yeah. Like I said, the lower the number, the better. There's a decent chance that we can actually improve to a class 3. By doing that, that's gonna save every business, every resident within our fire district money on their insurance. So we're really working hard for that. I said that my wife, she called me a stranger because I spent more time at the fire station than I have at home. So the guys have been busting their butt, and we had to have pre-incident plans for every business within our fire district. And I was shocked. We have almost 80 businesses between us and North Miami, which you consider churches and convenience stores. I mean, I was really surprised by the number. But we got, I said, most of our paperwork is completed to turn in. Laura got me some documents today that I needed from the city. Michael got me the GPM for our wells and our pumps and stuff. So hopefully within this next 30 days we can get all that turned in and hopefully save everybody money on their insurance. That it's been a hassle. We actually changed the way our fire department was classified to ISO because of our water system and the bad hydrants. We actually transferred to a whole water department, basically saying that every fire we go to, we're going to take water with us because we don't know if the hydrant is going to be capable or not. So by doing that, it hurts us in some aspects, but it helps us in others.
Have you started pulling any hydrants and, like we were talking
Yeah,
about?
and I actually, last Friday, me and Kenny went around and I showed them some that I felt like, could be simpler fixes versus replacing them. I think we've got a pretty good plan together. I'm going to start working on them when we get time. But us having auto aid with the Quapaw Nation Fire Department, the city of Quapaw Fire Department, we can count their manpower and their trucks and their training with ours. So that's going to help with our numbers too. Where previously we couldn't. Their training facility, their burn trailers, that we can all count that as our training facility, so that we're going to get additional points for that. But that's it. After meeting with her, she was great. She deal with. Hey, if you need half a point, look at this. It's something simple you can do to get that half a point. So, and well, after that 30 days and we get everything submitted, she will give us our new number, and then we'll have another 30 days from then. And if we want to try to submit some additional information, or if water line gets replaced and a new hydrant all of a sudden becomes available, then we can submit that. So we'll actually have about a 2-month period here where this number can fluctuate, and hopefully we can definitely improve on that. Now we thought we was done with the work, and then she came out, and now we got a whole nother list of stuff to do. So we're having a fire meeting tomorrow night to discuss it. I know a couple of you guys are sitting there shocked because they didn't know all this information that's coming out. It's gonna be busy next 30 days.
Or you spent a whole day going around the businesses last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The guys have done great. Our hose testing, we had 5 or 6 guys every Friday doing hose testing, and it was going around through the week doing hose testing. It was doing the business inspection. I mean, it was a big help to be able to count on those guys.
Well, what's being done is a good thing. It's gonna help lower insurance rates.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so I had a local insurance agency pull a class 5 versus a class 10. Because anybody that's not in our city limits that doesn't subscribe to our subscription fee that we send out every year, they're automatically a class 10. Where if they subscribe, they pay their $75 a year fee, then they get to drop to that class 5. Just from a class 5 to a class 10 on a $100,000 house, I mean, it was a $1,600 difference a year. I mean, in insurance. So, I mean, to drop from a 5 to a 3, I mean, it won't be that big of a difference. I mean, it could be a couple $100 a year or more that the homeowners and business owners could save if we can get this number working.
Is that an automatic thing that happens through the ISO?
Do what now?
Does that automatically happen through the ISO? Once our rating drops, then
Yes.
it just trickles down
The,
automatically?
once, everything's done with our inspection, ISO will actually send everything out to all the local insurance companies, and, so they'll automatically get the information. And all the insurance companies actually, they pay this ISO company for the numbers. So they, you know, that's what they go by, is the information that ISO submits to them. And I said, this is an international deal, and it's
Right.
huge, you know. We, just about every fire department in the county all hit within about the last 2 weeks. All the Sundays are, and why not the following Monday, but they, are definitely trying to, help everybody improve. Or previously, they would send you out, wouldn't even let you be at the station, they wanted you to unlock the office where the file cabinets were, and unlock the computer, and they would holler at you if they had any questions. Now, they work with you now, and so, I definitely see that being a positive for everybody within town. So.
Thanks for all your work on that. That sounds like a huge headache, but
Yeah, it's,
very beneficial for the department and the community, so I appreciate that.
yeah, all the information they want 3 years worth of records for all of our equipment, which, I mean, we have, but it's gathering it, and they want it scanned and emailed, so then you gotta take it in paper form, and I'm not very tech savvy, I can just talk to sleep about how we're gonna get our scanner to work and scan the computer around. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of long hours and a lot of headache, but, the guys have been great, getting it done without them.
Thank you for all your hard work.
I was disappointed I didn't get reviewed.
You're next.
Okay. Good. I don't have anything else for fire staff.
All right.
Are you doing emergency management?
I do have some emergency.
Well, there you go.
Agenda item number 14, emergency management.
Let me pull up this message just to make sure I'm getting information right. Counsel Nation Emergency Management reached out to us, last week. They have applied for a grant within their tribal reservation for storm sirens and tornado shelters. From the words of the emergency management director out there, that they pretty much have the grant. They told us to start picking out locations. Well, within city limits of Commerce and some of the North Miami, we're gonna get additional 4 sirens to add to our current tornado sirens. They're also going to upgrade some of our equipment, for the ones that we feel comfortable with. You'll actually be able to set off your storm siren from an app on your phone. You'll be able to log into this app and check all their sirens, make sure that you can do a silent test to make sure they're operational. And it'll also come with an auto trigger and a geofence. Basically, you can set a boundary from each siren that if a tornado warning comes within so many miles of that, it automatically sounds the siren. So we're definitely doing what we got to do to make sure that goes through. And from my understanding, it's we'll have to come up with an MOU with them, but it'll be our equipment, and we'll be responsible for the operation and maintenance of it. They're just, they're the one that applies for the grant for the reservation. We were also told 3 50-person shelters as well. They said that the city or the emergency management, or however we want to do it, will be responsible for the regulation of it. I know animals has always been an issue, trying to keep pets out. But it will come down to MOU between us and the Counsel Nation that we take responsibility for, that kind of stuff. But they basically told us to start picking locations on where we want to set them.
Have you got an idea where you're wanting to set them?
We've Adam and I kind of discussed it. Actually, he's supposed to go with the emergency management director for the Counsel Nation sometime this week and kind of drive around and look at some areas. He has some examples of the above ground shelters, and he's supposed to give us more information on that. But we was planning on talking to the Parks Committee about possibly one down on North remain at that park, and that could also double as a community center. But we haven't seen these shelters, we don't know, it may just be a Connex box, I don't, we haven't given that information, so. We considered one down at Still Park, somewhere that's accessible, easy for people to get in and out of in case of emergency, so. Like I said, they're supposed to meet sometime this week and they got locations for the sirens and the shelter, so, we actually, I guess, a done deal. Then you really do it here at church building every Sunday.
I'm still waiting on the music,
Well,
just saying.
you don't want as expensive music on that siren.
Well, maybe a nice Christmas tune.
Oh, yeah, I'm going for that.
Now, that'd be all right.
Sing them to Keith's Christmas lights.
Sing with Keith Lights.
Thank you. Thank you.
Agenda item number 15, Parks Department report.
So the month of October, we had the Fall Festival and our trunk or treat. I guess our trunk or treat went pretty well. I guess we only had 7 cars, but we had tons and tons of kids, and I don't think anybody ran out of candy bars in there. I was not able to make it there. I was trapped in Midway Village, and you all know how that goes. Our Fall Festival, I feel, went pretty well since we had to reschedule it because of the frigid temperatures. The band, when I called them and see if they want to reschedule, they were like, yes, please. Everybody's pretty happy about it. We had a really good turnout. I don't think we had any pumpkins not painted. And I think we had, what, 50?
We had 40 or 50 pumpkins, and they were all covered in
Top to bottom.
tempera paint.
So the kids had a pretty good time, and the bounce houses got wore out. So we had a pretty good time with that. We're also trying to pursue a grant for $5,500 to resurface and stripe the basketball courts down here on the park by Main Street. That wants to be our first step to revamp those. And then possibly maybe new lights with it and whatever else we can do. To me, I see out of all our parks and everything that we have, that's the most used thing that we have in this town. The kids are there nonstop, day and night, all summer long. There's probably like 4 or 5 right there right now. Other than that, I do need to remove Kyle Long from our Parks Committee and add Carol Smith to it.
We can add that on to the next month's agenda to remove her and add members.
Other than that, I ain't got anything else.
Could ask, did he resign?
He wanted to step down because at this time he doesn't have time to be a part of it.
That's what I'm asking, did he resign?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, anything else? Thank you.
Adam, what happened to Adam?
Yeah, agenda number 11.
Adam's doing a great job. I can say he's doing a good job. He's got some stuff going on right at the moment, and he's doing a good job.
Agenda item number 16, any public input and unscheduled appearances?
That's me.
Yes, ma'am.
Public input.
Hey, I can
Wow, it worked that time. It works when it wants to.
If you don't mind, may I sit right here to talk?
Yes, ma'am.
It's easier. And I don't know if you'll have trouble hearing me or not.
No, we
Oh,
can
maybe
hear
I
you,
can go
Vic.
over there. That's okay, I'll go over there. For those who don't know me, my name is Vicki Turner, and I've never had a reason to go down the alley behind the Head Start school until this year. My great-grandson goes there. And the school has asked us to either come in from the north side or the south side of that alley. And that alley has been used for so many years and nothing being done with it, to it, I mean. It has gotten into a terrible shape. They've asked us to do that so that we pull up in the alley, then we turn on the side of the building. They come out and take individual children out of the car and take them into the school for safety reasons. That way we flow the traffic. I did look down the alley. There doesn't seem to be any garages, or it wouldn't benefit any certain resident in that area. Not only are there chug holes, but you could darn near lose an axle. I mean, and there's no way you can swerve or go because you're gonna hit them. It's terrible. It's just pathetic to think that we've got a Head Start school down here that parents have to take their children to, and you can't get down the alleys without losing a tire. I would like to see, or ask, or plead, if the city could go down there and grade it, and even throw a tag on it to make it more usable for the parents. That was the reason why I wanted to be here tonight, is to bring that up, to see if the council would consider doing that for the school and for us people that have to use that. It is terrible. It is. I just can't explain. I had, Adam looks like he's left, but I had Adam to go down, and check it, and he agreed with me. I thought maybe he might say something tonight, but I think he had to leave. So if you have a chance to go down there, and go down that alley and see it. But if the council could see their way through improving that alley, it would be so much appreciated. It really would. That was all I had to say tonight. I appreciate your attendance. I appreciate your listening to me.
Okay. You,
We give a thought about this. I had, we talked to Sandra.
I know that there's an ordinance, I can't remember the exact one, but there's residents are responsible for alleyways, stuff like that. The city's only responsible for utility easements, things like that. So if you wanna go up, what's that?
They're not just regular people, that's a school.
Yeah, I understand that. If you wanna go up and talk to the city administrator, Mr. Hart, sometime this week or whatever, and he can explain some of that to you, things like that. And, I mean, I don't know if we can do anything or not, but we could possibly talk about it, things like that.
Looks like we could at least grade it. This isn't for personal, this isn't for the residents.
Yeah.
And people don't use that alley other than for their children and for the school. Surely to goodness, there's some way around that.
We'll talk about it some more with the city staff and all that.
Just wanna throw in, cause I'm sitting here, that's not Commerce Public Schools.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
That's-
No, it's not. It's, I think Jay is the headquarters for Head Start.
I just kinda wanna, just from my take on it, thank you for coming, and I love your approach. Your approach in asking and, how you come about asking for help is appreciated, because sometimes that's not the approach, so thank you for that. One concern as a councilman is if we go, and I understand your concern, is if we go fix this alleyway, we're gonna have a list of other people saying, hey, where's my alleyway gonna be fixed? So we open that door, that's something we need to consider as a council if we go that direction. It may be worth a visit with Jay Public Schools or the Head Start to say, hey, if you're asking parents to pick children up in the alleyway, can you do something about the alley? It's your property to take care of. Just thinking out loud here, just my immediate concerns, thoughts on that.
Well, if I had a grader, if I could run it, I'd do it. If I had a dump truck and had some gravel to do it, I would do it.
Yeah.
But parents, and they don't have that facility. And this isn't for residents, this is for a school.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Is Head Start a
Yeah,
state or
that's
federal
federal.
program?
I have,
Does anyone know?
like I said, I'm not that
Both.
familiar.
It's both.
Yep, it receives funding from both.
Well, that might be something to look into.
I don't control their budget, it's Jay Public Schools, so we
Jay-
do have some students there that we share. I'd be willing to talk to the head of the Head Start for you guys if you, I'll see if I can get something done.
Does Cherokee Nation run their own Head Start programs and
Cherokee Nation?
Yeah.
Well, this is Jay Public Schools, not Cherokee Nation,
Oh.
so it's funded state and federal. Cherokee Nation does help their schools a lot, so they probably make some donations to Jay Public Schools, I'm sure.
Mike, could you check into some of that for us as well?
Yes, I can. And just speaking, ordinance wise, like I had said, the alleyways are on property owners, whether it's a business, whether it's a private individual. There are utility easements in there. All the city sewer runs through there, electric runs back there, gas, internet, phone, etc. run back there. But as far as the actual maintenance on the alleyways, they are up to the individual property owners. Now, if the city does go in, and I can speak from experience, if the city goes in and we have to replace, 6 foot or 8 foot worth of sewer line, yes, we're going to fix that back to how it was or better whenever we leave. For instance, the gas company came through earlier this year and they replaced a bunch of different gas meters in town. When they dug it all up, they did the replacements, they fixed everything back to as good or better as it was when they were done. But Mr. Martin, like you said, if you do for one, you would be putting the city in a position to do for all.
Ma'am, do you know if the Head Start knows that that's their property?
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Are you aware if the Head Start is aware that the alley is their property?
I didn't go into details with them on.
They may not realize that, and
I'll look into it. Yeah.
they may fix it.
Mr. Howard, I'll make contact with the Head Start
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
And inquire if they know what's theirs and what's not, and we can go from there with it.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, we've always been more than happy to help folks out, help property owners out, help business owners out, stuff like that. But just to wholesale go in there and to do something like that, again, like Mr. Martin said, I believe it'd be setting the city up. If you did for one, you'd have to do for everyone in town. And then, then it becomes to whose standard does it need to be kept to? And then there's all sorts of just variations that can go left and right on that as well.
Okay, thank you.
But I will make contact with Head Start tomorrow and see what we can do to get something resolved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public input or unscheduled appearances?
I wanted to ask about that. Do you know if they're using the alley to avoid congestion in the main roadway or because of the potholes on that road?
Well, what they want to do is just to have the flow of the traffic. And even if we came in from the road, we would still have to go down the alleys to get out. But what they're trying to do is just have the flow so we can come up the side of the building so they can take the children out of the car and walk them into the building. And so they're just trying to
You go into
get.
the parking lot for drops.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what they're doing. And then we just have one and then we can go on out. And you don't have that congestion. And we don't have little children running around the parking lot trying to get into the building. That way it's uniform. And that's
And
why.
the reason I asked, I believe there's some major potholes right on that road, right in front of, if not a few feet away from the Head Start. If you've been down there, then you probably know. Yeah, there's some really, really big potholes right there, so that's probably impeding them using that main roadway as much as well.
Well, it sounds to me they're just like they're wanting to pull up the side of the building and,
Avoid congestion on that main road and get the kids out of the main road as well. Okay, that was my question, thank you.
Any other public input or unscheduled appearances?
This one, is this going to be put on an agenda item in the future? Or could it be this topic that Vicki Turner's brought up?
No.
No.
Any other public input or unscheduled appearances? Agenda item number 17, any matter not known about or which could not have been foreseen prior to the posting of this agenda. Hearing none. Agenda item number 18, vote to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please vote the council.
Jake?
Yes.
Sandy? Yes. Gary?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Yes, so.